Hello friends, once more welcome to Astro Time in Life. Today once more one video about a birth chart analysis. This is a real birth chart of one native who asked for my prediction. Main question is, when will she get a job? She's a female native, and I'm not exposing the name and other details, just showing you the chart, and accordingly I'm analyzing it. You follow this video thoroughly, you can also understand how interesting it is. I'll slowly and gradually explain how I am coming to the conclusions. Hope I will be able to explain you properly and you will like this. And my request, please subscribe to my channel and like and comment this video and leave your comments if you find that something is any question, your personal question also you can put in the comment box. I'll try to answer. And also press the bell icon that you may get notified when any next video is uploaded. So let's proceed. She is actually Tula ascendant, Libra ascendant. I'm marking it. This is Libra ascendant, and her moon is in Pisces, that is Tula Lagna, Meen Rashi, and her nakshatra is Uttar Bhadrapada, that is Saturn's nakshatra. Saturn is sitting in the 5th house. So what will happen? First of all, there are two planets in the Lagna, that is in the ascendant. One is Mars, another is Mercury. Mars and Mercury conjunction is not a very good conjunction, because if I see the degree, Mars degree is 8 degree only, and Mercury is also very close, so naturally quite close to each other. It may cause some disturbance of health, though 9th house lord, since Mercury is 9th house lord for the native, it is sitting in the ascendant. It is one of a very good thing that 9th house lord sitting in the ascendant. She'll be quite beloved daughter of her father, and Mars is sitting in Lagna. Naturally she may be little injury prone and may go through some surgery also sometime. There is some risk actually, because Mars is Marak or Tula Lagna, and it will disturb Mercury to some extent. But this may also indicate a kind of education which will be technical, some technical kind of education. Her Rahu is sitting in the 2nd house, that is a sign of debilitation for Rahu, that is Scorpion sign, and that will cause some problems to her family. So it may be her own parents' family, and also it may be her own family. Some disturbances, definitely. Some financial problems. Ketu in the 8th house may cause some anxieties, tension, operations, injuries, and Ketu is not really good, very strong at all. This Ketu and Rahu axis, 2-8 axis is not very good thing at all. She should be always very careful, and she may be cheated also, and she may be betrayed. She may be victim of frauds, cheats. So she should be little careful, and also should be careful from poisoning, poisoning, and infections, sort of things. And yes, Ketu is in the 8th house in the sign of Venus, so she may have some disorder, some health disorder also, which may require some operations kind of things. Another thing is her education lord, that is 4th house lord, is Saturn, that is actually retrograde. Here you see that is retrograde. Saturn is retrograde. Retrograde means it is moving backwards. So it will give results up to two houses actually, 4th house as well as 5th house. And Saturn is actually Rajyog Karak planet. So it is very vital planet for Tula Lagna ascendants. But is in the very good position actually. 4th house lord being in the 5th house is a kind of Rajyog, and that is very good thing. And also it will give good education, but problem is some kind of problem in the stomach, or it may give some problems in the chest also, because Saturn is retrograde, and that is sitting in the nakshatra of is very low degree, actually sitting in the nakshatra of Sun actually, that is why. And Sun is sitting in the 12th house. That is not very good thing at all. So it may cause some problems really, some disturbances definitely. Anyway, Saturn is to some extent disturbed because of this. Her mother also may suffer, may have some troubles, some anxieties, this sort of things, and she will have to really work very hard to get success in education and also in profession, because Saturn actually indicates profession in general. So Saturn is retrograde, naturally it requires more of efforts. It is not just if it would be direct, it would not require that much of effort, but Saturn is retrograde. Saturn naturally it requires lots of efforts to get in job, get success in life. And she is passing through Mercury Dasha, so that Dasha is very vital actually, because Mercury is sitting in Lagna, that is in ascendant, and that is actually ruling three places. It is ruling 1st house, 9th house, and 12th house. So it may be a little expensive time, and the period is little expensive. She may have to travel far and near and distant places for some reason actually, not unnecessarily, for some reason definitely. And when Mercury merges together, then it causes some kind of disturbance, because both disturb each other. Mars and Mercury both are actually opposite in nature. One is fiery, another is not that. It is actually it represents our intelligence, it represents our common sense, education. So if Mars always disturbs it, then Mercury will not be able to give good results. And for Tula Lagna, Mercury is very vital planet. So if it is disturbed by an enemy planet, though Mercury is sitting in friendly sign, but it may be disturbed by Mars, and that is why sometimes it may cause education break in education, some unfortunate situations, some disturbing situations. And since Mars is also the seventh house lord and second house lord, sitting in Lagna itself, uh, it is also causing some kind of um, marriage related problems actually. Since Mars is in Lagna, it is aspecting seventh house directly and also aspecting the eighth house. So Mars aspecting seventh house may disturb uh, marriage life, married life. It may cause even some problems uh, in understanding. And Saturn is in the fifth house, that also may cause some affairs. But Saturn is retrograde, that is why affairs may not materialize. It may be incomplete, it may be uh, failure. But one thing is very good, that is our Lagna Lord, that is Ascendant Lord, is in the 11th house. So, but Venus is actually aspected by Saturn. Though Venus is very friendly to Saturn, but since Saturn is aspecting Venus, so strength of Venus may be to some extent affected. So the failure, or rather I should say, the amount of success due to Venus, what she deserves, may be reduced due to aspect of Saturn. This may cause some failures as well. This kind of aspect of Saturn, although Venus is also aspecting fifth house, that is why it will give some affairs, but ultimately Saturn is against this type of situations like marriage, affairs, so it will oppose, and this is retrograde as well, so naturally it will oppose, and that is why that kind of relations may not last. But one thing is very good, since uh, Venus is ascendant lord, that is sitting in the 11th house. 11th house is the most beneficial, most uh, what to say, most powerful place, I think, most powerful position in a horoscope. If ascendant lord is in the 11th house, that means it ensures success. But one thing is very sure, that Venus is actually not that strong due to two reasons. Venus is aspected by Saturn, and Venus is sitting in Agni Rashi, that is fiery sign Leo. That is why Venus may not be that strong actually. And another thing, it is actually Badhak Sthan for Tula Lagna. So that way also it is to some extent little problematic for ascendant. It may cause some health disorders. So she should be very careful about health. Any kind of disease, if she finds any kind of disease, any kind of trouble, any kind of problem, health problem, should consult doctor. And Sun and Jupiter, that is 11th house lord and 6th house lord, both sitting in the 12th house. This is very good combination, no doubt. Sun Jupiter together in one house, and that also in the 6th house of Kal Purush. That is also good thing. Actually, it will give her job. But since 12th house is actually Dusthan, so Sun being in the 12th house also may cause some problems in getting success. But Sun Jupiter conjunction is very good, and being aspected by Moon. Moon is actually 10th house lord. Moon is our mind. So since Moon is sitting in the 6th house and aspecting Sun and Jupiter, there is a high connection, strong connection of getting job in some health service sector or some administration kind of job. That also may be health service oriented. And since Moon is actually fourth house lord of natural zodiac, so that is sitting in the sixth house and also being aspected by Jupiter. So Moon also may cause some problems, some chest oriented problems, some health disorders, and due to this also our education, because Moon also indicates education, may be hampered. So this is D1 chart. From D1 chart itself we can find so many things. But Moon, Jupiter, Sun, this very combination in 6th and 12th house is a kind of connection of getting job, and that also government job, because Jupiter is 6th house lord being sitting in the 12th house is definitely showing job somewhere little far away from our own place of birth. And Sun is also government, so Sun is also sitting in the 12th house somewhere away from home and far away from home. Moon is also in the 6th house sitting in the nakshatra of Saturn, and Saturn is retrograde. That is why it may be delayed. Getting a job may require a lot more efforts. Sometimes she may feel disheartened, but she will have to put more efforts, more hard work to get this job. At present, Jupiter is sitting in the Pisces sign due to transit. After a few days, in April, in the month of April, this will come to this sign, that is Aries here. That means Jupiter will be here and Saturn is already there. The Saturn is there by transit. So that time there is a chance that she may get some connection of getting job. This is transit wise. Anyway, so this is all about the analysis from D1 chart. Now let me check out one thing more, that her Amattakarak planet is actually Venus. That is second highest degree, planet with second highest degree, and Jupiter is Amattakarak. Now Venus is sitting in the 11th house. So Amattakarak planet in the 11th house definitely shows sort of success in profession, because Amattakarak means profession. So, and that also in the Leo sign, that means it ensures some government job. But only problem is that this Amattakarak planet has not been yet active, has not been activated yet, since the dasha running now is not favorable. So till let us check the dasha actually, so that we understand what time it will be effective. If I go to dasha and there we go to present dasha, that is this one, Mercury. her present Mahadasha is Mercury. Within that, Mercury Jupiter and Mercury Saturn. These two periods are very important. Within this period of time, she should be successful to get a job. And here you see when Mercury Saturn and Mercury Saturn Venus and Mercury Saturn Sun will come, there is a strong connection, strong possibility of getting job, because Venus is in the 11th house and Mercury is actually 9th house lord, and Sun is also 11th house lord. So during this period, actually, I think uh, between this period and this period, she should be able to get any job. That is between 12 to 2025 to 21/6/2025. This particular period would be very much possible timing of getting some job, strong job connection that time, because that time Amartakara planet also will be activated. Another way also we can find dasha, not only one dasha, there is another called char dasha. This char dasha is very important to find the exact result. This is a kind of Jaimini system. According to that, she is presently running this one, Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius dasha will continue up to 39 2023. That means the September, month of September of this year. After that, her Capricorn dasha will start. Capricorn means this one. That will continue up to 34. That is year 34. When Capricorn dasha will become active, that time Venus will become active, and there is high possibility of getting job. So almost telling with that period of Vimshottari dasha, that is between 3923 to 3934. I don't think she will go up to 34. Within 26 year 2026, she may be able to get some occupation, some job. Now let's move another thing. Let's move to another thing, that is KP system. This is very authentic one. That way also can see what will be her potential. Her absolutely, she asked only one question only, actually specific question. Her specific question is about her profession, nothing else. So let us concentrate on profession only. 10th house is profession, and sublord of 10th house is Rahu. Now let's check what Rahu is indicating. Since our actual question is regarding profession, here we see Rahu is indicating 4145. 4145. This is indication of Rahu. So that is no way showing any kind of job. No way. Now don't get disheartened. We have to see one thing more. Since Rahu is not untenanted, Rahu is actually tenanted. So we'll have to see the nakshatra of Rahu. Rahu's nakshatra is Saturn. Here you see Rahu's nakshatra is Saturn. That means Saturn is very vital here, which will dictate Rahu. Now let's check what Saturn is indicating. Here we find that Saturn is also showing 12, 4, 7, 2, 4, 5. No job connection. Now this is naturally very discouraging, and there is no hope of any job from these two planets. Then what to do? We find that Jupiter is showing a kind of job connection. Venus is showing income. Jupiter is showing job, and Sun is also showing profession. So whenever period of Sun, Venus and Jupiter will come, there is a chance of getting job. And one thing more, since from cusp itself we can understand that Saturn is actually the nakshatra lord of 10th cusp. So Saturn is involving Rahu, that is the sublord of Rahu, is actually indirectly indicating profession. So that way also we can find some connection of profession through Rahu. Now this much from this KP. So what we have found? We have found that Sun, Jupiter and Venus are very much capable of giving job, profession, success. So we'll go back to Dasha only. There we see during this period, that is in the Dasha of Mercury, the Sun's period is coming, that is Antardasha of Sun's period. Antardasha of Sun is coming from here, once more, from here actually. And Venus Dasha is actually ending. Venus Dasha is over actually already. Sun's period is also over, but we have to go to Mercury Jupiter actually, since these two dashas are already over. Mercury Venus, Mercury Sun, Mercury Moon, these all these dashas are already over. These are cancelled. These are all cancelled because these are not applicable. These dashas are over. This is also over. Now it is actually 23. So we have to concentrate only between these two dashas, 1 and 2, this much. Within the dasha of Mars Jupiter or Mars Saturn, there is a chance of getting job, because this particular period is from 13/9/2023 to 22/5/2026, within 3 years. So if we go further, within the Jupiter itself, there is a period Mercury Jupiter Venus, that is also over now. Now we are coming to this Mercury Jupiter Sun, Mercury Jupiter Moon, Mercury Jupiter Mars and Mercury Jupiter Rahu. So there is a slight chance of getting job during this period, that is between 4/12/2022 to 15/1/2023. Though this chance is very less, still there is a slight chance, slight opportunity. And what is the highest opportunity? I think this is the highest opportunity. This is what I mean to say. Mercury Saturn, this period is very vital, because that time she will find better options, better opportunities, which actually begins from here. That is between this period this time and this time. That is from 1/9/2024 till 1/4/2024. There is a strong connection of getting job, high probability of getting job. So she should mark it and try for job very hard, because her Saturn is retrograde and Moon is also to some extent weak. Sun is also little weak. Venus is also weak. So she'll have to put in more efforts, more seriously, and she has to keep in mind that from year 2024 to 2025, this particular period is more vital, more favorable for her to get any job. And during this period also, another thing will happen, that is she also may get married. Marriage also is quite possible during this period. So that's all for today. I hope you like this video. You must watch it.